How many supplements have you bought because someone on Instagram or TikTok swore that it changed their life? Be honest, we've all been there. The truth is that most of these influencers don't even use the products that they promote. A big part of the supplement industry is a $1 billion scam. And today we're breaking down exactly how they trick you into wasting your money. We live in an era where wellness or any kind of influencer actually are the new celebrities. They post their morning routines with 3 different powders they swear by, a new supplement every other month, and suddenly we are all convinced that we need it too. But what you may already know, most of them are just getting paid to say whatever they're saying to promote whatever brand is cutting them a check. So often they don't use it. More often, they don't test it or don't even know what's in it. Or for some, talking about the supplements they take is not even just about making money, but also about engagement and getting more view. They like record all these different TikToks on supplements they take in the morning, evening, or whenever it may be. And people end up commenting and asking what supplements they have, how this helps, and whatever, so they know that it gets engagement. I see it over and over again, and I will get into examples in this video. So today we're breaking down examples of how influencers pretty much scam their audience with supplements, the marketing tricks that make you think that you need them, and what to do instead to actually improve your health. Have you ever fallen for the influencer supplement scam? Comment down below. I would love to hear from your experience. How influencers push supplements without actually using them. Number one, the pay to promote anything tactic. Let's be real, so many influencers do not use the stuff they promote. Their job is to make you believe they do. Have you ever noticed that your favorite or whatever influencer loves one supplement 1 month and then a totally different one the next? They say, I swear by this collagen powder, you guys, it's changed my life. It's changed my skin, my hair, whatever. Fast forward 2 months later, okay, so this collagen is my new holy grail. This is what helped me achieve XYZ. I don't know how I lived without it. So these are the things that they say, right? And how does that make sense? For 1 week it's this and that. So how would they even know what is helping them achieve those results if they constantly switch and swear by something new, right? Especially more often than not, it takes time to see results with supplements or whatever they may be taking. And for this kind of way of how they talk about or how they switch constantly to new brands, I have an example linked down below. I first actually wanted to show it here on video since I often watch commentary videos where they show the TikTok videos or whatever inside the YouTube video. But since I'm not from the US, I don't think the fair use clause that they can use actually applies here. I did some research, and from what I saw, we don't really have this here in Switzerland, and it's always about where I'm creating content from. So I didn't want to risk anything in terms of copyright. That's something I would get like an issue with that. So that's why I'm just linking the examples down below. Of course, I would have loved to share them directly, but I'm sure also posting them down below with a clear marker to which point I'm mentioning each video belongs to or videos. I thought this would make the most sense. So I have one linked here where the creator promotes some collagen where she gets commission or paid somehow by the brand, but then she also has her own collagen powder that she sells on her own website. So which one is it, right? Like make it make sense. So I'll have this example and more linked down below. Then the number 2, the morning routine scam. So one of the most effective ways influencers sell supplements is by embedding them into their daily routine videos. They show you their perfect morning routine, calm, aesthetic, making some fancy powders, adding some fancy powders in a fancy glass. And suddenly you think, maybe if I buy this, I will put that together too, that it will help me be like that creator, those aesthetic morning routines you see where they seem to have that perfect morning every day. But reality check is they're not drinking all of those supplements every day. They filmed it for the ad and probably moved on. Some, of course, they take it, but often it is just to film that ad, right? And a big one on TikTok for this, or maybe Instagram, I'm not sure if it was there too, was the greens powders by Bloom. So many big or small influencers started promoting this greens powder either like actively promoting, actively talking about it and how it helped with whatever it claims, or so many actually just made a morning routine video where they just created, had that package standing somewhere conveniently on the counter. And often even some creators just talked about whatever, did whatever, nothing related to the powder, and had it just standing there. So this was like unconscious marketing. So they were marketing to you by having that green powders there, but they're not actively promoted. So there's different ways, right? And those that maybe talked about it acted like it's such a holy grail, that it tastes so good. But there's also more than enough videos of people who then thought like, well, people were skeptic and recorded or tried it and made a video about it and really show how actually bad it tastes. Plus, when you look at its content, its ingredients, and the same goes for so many protein powders and other supplements, if you would properly look at what is in it, you'd maybe notice how there's so little from what that green powder promises that it does, or that it contains in that, it doesn't actually affect anything. I mean, like if the serving size of such a protein or green powder is 5 grams, and there's also some fluff inside, and then maybe something that has that vitamin or whatever, that little bit of green powder, it's going to be like such a tiny, tiny amount that whatever, the promise of whatever supplement is, it's such a small, tiny amount of vitamin green powder that it's not going to have any impact on your health or well-being, but just on your wallet, just on the money you spend. So if you haven't seen those kind of ads, I will have this link down below, also from some other green powders, because now some different ones have taken over where, everybody swears on this helping them debloat and all, and I will get more into supplements about debloating very, very soon. So check out those videos in the links down below. Moving on to the next point that I want to call the fake science and BS ingredients trick. I did touch on it just now about, another thing is that influencers love to throw out random fancy words to make the supplement sound so legit. They say things like, this gummy helps balance your hormones. Well, that's not true. It doesn't. That's not how hormones work. Or this powder is clinically proven to detox your liver. Well, your liver detoxes itself. That's its job. So, they never show the actual studies of whatever they claim that, that supplement does, because the science most often doesn't support those claims. And especially in the US, there's so many supplements on the market that, the regulations for them aren't that strict that, often they can claim whatever. And those influencers that then promote, they just basically say what the company wants them to say. They don't know exactly what ingredient does what or what's actually in it. And for this, I have an example link below where she or the creator doesn't really push to sell, but it's clearly for engagement and for getting more views, because this is and I still want to show those kind of videos, because it's still harmful for people when they see these videos, because they might still end up believing that they need these supplements and end up spending lots of money on it for nothing, versus doing things that actually change their health or make them feel better, like changing certain lifestyle elements or eating habits, and things that would actually help them. And that creator that I have linked down below, it's she takes a crazy amount of supplements, like so many. Then she made another video because she realized people like it, about her gummies, all the gummies she takes, and just like throwing out, this one is good for this one is good for that. So it kind of clearly already shows how maybe I don't know if she's an influencer, actually, I just saw the creator, but so maybe she was herself tricked into getting those things. And then by sharing the video, she realized, oh, it's content that works well because people are going to be curious. Oh, maybe that's going to help me, because if you've watched any other video on my channel, I will have some linked up here actually, where, how often we rely on quick fixes. We tend to buy the next supplement or whatever because it promises us a quick fix, because, changing lifestyle and eating habits are so much harder. So we hope that, okay, maybe this is true. Maybe this truly helped them lose weight or whatever. So I will go spend money on it and hope that it works. But I'm really sorry to disappoint you. That's not how supplements work. It's, if you don't change anything else, what they're supposed to do, right? But so often we get tricked into believing that because of such creators where they say, yeah, this helps with this and this helped me with that. And thanks to this, I never bloated and I lost weight and all of that, right? And seriously, often you don't need certain supplements because you already get enough through nutrition, or the supplements simply don't contain lots of amounts of what they promise to add into your system. Like some big example for this is the supplements from Lemmy, the gummies from Kourtney Kardashian, where actually also many talked about them on social media. And yeah, they just mentioned this one helps with bloating or this one with focus, whatever is written basically on the bottle. But what is actually in those bottles then wouldn't truly help, especially when it comes, for example, let's dive into the bloating example of this Lemmy brand. What the gummy, think about it. What is a gummy gonna do if you continue with the food and habits that make you bloated in the first place? Well, it's not gonna help you with anything. And to go even deeper into that, let's talk about the ingredients from those Lemmy gummies, those Lemmy debloat gummies that are supposed to help you with debloating. So one thing they have inside is lactospore. And this is a spore-forming probiotic designed to survive in stomach acid and support digestion. It has some clinical backings for reducing bloating, but its effectiveness truly depends on factors like your unique gut flora, which every gut flora is different, so it doesn't work for everybody, and also your overall health. And also, it's a decent addition, but it doesn't. You shouldn't expect miracles because again, if you don't change anything else, what is it gonna do? They also have some other ingredients like the D111, Bacillus subtilis. I forgot. Anyways, I'm not that into the sciencey words, and anyways, I mean, it doesn't matter. But it's just another probiotic that supports immune health and gut balance. Its spore-forming ability helps it survive digestion, but then that small doses that is in those gummy likely limits its impact. And then the last ingredient is also there's a prebiotic fiber that is meant to feed that good gut bacteria in your gut. And yeah, while probiotics are super beneficial, which by the way we could get from easy nutrition, while prebiotics are beneficial, those in these gummies it is such a minimal amount and it will unlikely deliver any significant results. So the takeaway from this is while those ingredients sound impressive and they say, yeah, it's backed by science from the individual ingredients itself, the quantities in gummies like these often don't provide any meaningful benefits. It's actually a great example of how supplements can seem more effective than they are, really thanks to clever marketing. I mean, the bottles and all that look super cute and it's so cool to show it on social media. So again, I have examples for such kind of promotions or for those Lemmy promotions linked down below. And then the next or the last kind of main point of how influencers trick you in buying those supplements is the vague praise trap. So I just came up with those random names to just categorize things. So anyways, have you ever noticed how some influencers never give real review of the supplements they push? They just say things like, I'm obsessed with these green powders, but okay, why are you obsessed? Or it just makes me feel amazing. Wow. How? What's actually in it, right? They don't say more because they don't know it actually works or they don't actually know. They just want you to click on their affiliate link so that they get that commission. They just say whatever the company wants them to say. So it's like a trick to just, I feel amazing thanks to this. Click on the link down below to get it. So to wrap up the examples, I want to share with you one other one from the creator that I have mentioned at the beginning or touched on at the beginning with the collagen that, promotes one collagen powder here and there or more, but then also sells her own, right? So why would you not just focus on your own, right? Anyways, she, for example, sells in her supplement shop a supplement that's meant to help you grow your boobs. And she shares progress pictures where her boobs suddenly went from, or like her boobs supposedly from what it looks like, doubled in size within 3 weeks. And I mean, like, no, no, what is this? This is such a scam. There's nothing that exists that just magically makes your boob grow larger, and especially in that way. Like seriously, go check out that post in the link down below. It's like mind blowing. But unfortunately, there's always people who believe in it because this is like really a creator who often talks about supplements. So maybe and because she sells own supplements, so maybe so many people maybe trust her. And I mean, in the end, with this one, I mean, it's just a push-up brow editing. I don't know, but definitely not the supplements. It's crazy. No, I mean, it's true. It's truly crazy or mind blowing how many just try to tell you whatever to just make more money, right? And well, no, it's actually sad. It's not crazy. Now listen, I used to fall for these marketing tricks all the time. When I was younger, when I wanted to get more in shape, it was like in 2000, like I don't know, 10 years ago, a bit more, when the hashtag Fitspo came up, when really those OG fitness influencers came up, like Kayla Itsines and those kinds of creators. So I would see a creator swear by a product, and I think, well, if it worked for them, well, it has to work for me too, especially when it comes to those fitness supplements like protein powders, BCAAs, creatine. I thought they would magically help me lose weight, get fit. But in the meantime, I wasn't even able to change my eating habits or lifestyle. So yeah, they didn't help me. I just spent hundreds of dollars on powders or overpriced vitamins thinking that I was investing in my health or that that it would help me lose fat. But truly what happened was nothing. I didn't feel better. I didn't see any real results. I just had a shelf full of empty bottles and a more empty wallet. And when I actually started focusing on real habits, focusing on real eating habits instead of on lifestyle habits instead of products, that's truly when my health actually improved and when I was able to lose weight and get more in shape. So what to do instead? Instead of wasting money on supplements because an influencer told you to, here's what actually works. Get your labs checked before taking anything because you might not even need it if your results of vitamin levels, mineral levels, or whatever you're testing show that you're in the normal healthy range. You do not need anything else. It's not really going to change anything except maybe if you start taking them, but they're already, you have the adequate levels of whatever vitamin it is, and you start taking supplements, well, you might end up consuming way too much, which could then do more harm than good. Too much of something is also not good. Plus, it's also important to mention that you should talk to a doctor, especially if you take certain medicines already, because sometimes mixing medicines with certain supplements of vitamins could be harmful. So this is really important to be checked out if you take certain medications, especially. And then instead of relying on supplements, of course, prioritize real nutrient dense food. No powder will replace whole foods. No pill will replace whole foods. And I actually recorded previous videos on nutrition for gut health and hormones that you can check out here. I will also have them linked down in the show notes. Then another important point is ignore the influencer hype. They are getting paid to promote it, so be skeptical. And if you do take supplements, do your research. Look for third-party testing and real science, not just marketing terms that are thrown around. And this is often especially important when it comes to super hyped supplements because often those are the most promoted by influencers. There's the most spending in marketing, like those Lemmy gummies from the Kardashian example that we talked about. The wellness industry is truly built on selling you the idea that something is missing in your life, that you need that quick fix to finally see the results, that if you just buy this powder, this gummy, or this magic pill, you'll finally feel good. But your health isn't for sale. You don't need another influencer or celebrity approved supplement to fix you. You need real habits, real food, and real self-care. If this video opened your eyes, share it with someone who needs to hear this. Give it a thumbs up because it really helps to support the channel, and hit that subscribe and bell button so that you don't miss any future video. And truly, let's stop throwing money at influencers who don't care about us and start focusing on what actually matters for our health. Lots of love, and I see you in the next video.